Welcome everyone, my name is Mark and this is my channel Big Stick Aviation. In this lesson from FS Academy, we will be doing a cross-country solo in the UK. If you are ready, let's get started. Alright, well we're going to do a cross-country solo without our instructor. It's a little tough to explain some of this. We have our nav log to our left and it's going to show us when to turn, what direction to turn, and how long it's going to take and how many miles it is. So when we get started, we'll just go step by step. I have all this already written down for me to see. This is hard to use on the computer, but and on the right hand side of on the PFD, we have our navlog's already programmed into it. So basically, you just got to follow that line all the way to our destination. But it's good to have a navlog so you can know exactly where you're going. All right, we got some stuff up in front of us, but they're not going to move, so we just go ahead and get started. Sorry, babe, we're going to hit you. We're going to go right through you. Got a little hill we got to climb here. Let's get the center line. We'll get taken off. Go ahead and rotate. This first one's only 0.8 miles, so we're going to go just make our right turn now. It's already told us to turn. Okay, as you see on the PFD, we have the magenta lines. We got the one in the middle. It's a little off to the right, so we got to fly to it. And once it gets back into the middle, then we can fly the heading that it wants us to fly. And you look on to the right on the MFD, it shows you where we're at. on our flight plan. So we're a little, we need to go a little farther right to get back onto it. We want that line in the middle on the MFD or the PFD to get back centered. Alright, looks like we can go back to the left just a tad. Alright, we did number 1, so the next one's going to be to the golf course. We'll probably stay we'll try to stay around 2,500 feet. They never did give us an altitude to fly. But if we stay below that 3,000 or 3,500 feet, or 3,000 feet, I'm sorry, we can fly any direction we want. We're not limited to our east-west routes. And the navlog's good, and we should already have already studied it by now, but it's programmed in for us, but it's good to look at. I forget to the golf course. Well, our next one will be to the reservoir. There's our turn. Gonna keep that turn going. And if you look at the MFD, you'll see a little airplane, that'd be us, and to get us back on route, we need to be right in the middle of the magenta line. Alright, now we'll intercept that. The line on the PFD will intercept that magenta line, and that will allow us to get back on track. Our next waypoint is going to be to that reservoir right off to the left of our nose, the little round one. We'll get to it and you'll see it. In front of us, that's our next waypoint, and that's what we're making our next turn. There is an autopilot feature on this, and I'm just going to do some hand flying this whole route. on this display here, it tells you how far, and I'll keep it here and I'll show you. It'll tell you when we make a turn. Like I said, it says the next 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, we'll be making that turn. We'll follow this lake for about 10 more miles, then we'll get to the next one, and we'll be following what they call a motorway in the UK. We just call it a interstate or a highway. Yeah, we'll bring up that nav log. We did the golf course, we did the reservoir, we did Brentwood, or we're doing Brentwood next. It said we can look out to the right, we can see the skyline of London. And my controls froze up on me, sorry about that. Get back on track. We need to be under the 2,500 foot threshold, but we're not even going to get into that airspace, so I'm not sure why we have to be under 2,500 feet, but we'll just stay under 2,500. It's so cloudy, it's hard to see the city. Yeah, we shouldn't be flying in these clouds, but we are. This is what it tells me to do, but we'll be alright. When we get to this next waypoint, we'll make on the nav log, it says we will make a turn to 192. And that should be, on that leg, should be 2.93 miles. We'll follow the motorway. This one is, what we're looking for is that city right in front of our nose. That's where we're going to be making our turn. It's called Brentwood. So we have about 2 more miles. We'll be making our turn. But the PFD shows you, it's great. It's a great tool because it tells you when to turn and what direction to turn in. Then your heading indicator will tell you too. That will turn and it'll just tell you which way to go. Just getting ready to do it now. There you go. And there's our motorway right to our right. We'll be on the left of it. So we'll follow this for a couple miles, and after that, our next one will be the Dartwood Bridge. Or Dartford Bridge, I'm sorry. And as you see that river up there, that's where our bridge will be. Basically, it's right up off to our left, it looks like. Just right and left of our nose. Making our next turn. That's going to take us to the bridge. Not much of a turn. Basically, it's just going to follow this motorway and it'll take us right to the bridge. Just inside the bridge now. There's the bridge up there. About 2.5 more miles. After this one, we're going to be making a turn, looks like a little bit to the left of heading of 178, and that's going to take us to a little racetrack. Well, kind of a big racetrack, I guess. It's called Brands Hatton. Like some industrial down there. Alright, make our next turn. It's a bit cloudy here today. Looks like the racetrack is just right at our nose, just to the left of our nose. Well, right in front of us, actually. Yeah, there it is. Our next heading will be 214, and that's going to take us to Seven Oaks. Looks like it's a little town with a triangular shaped cluster of water or small lakes. We're going to start making that right hand turn. This lake's about 5.5 miles. You can kind of see the water in front of us already. Yeah, once we get past this waypoint, we'll be heading to the airport, and I think we're going to do an overhead join of runway 21. And we need to be 500 feet above pattern altitude, which the altitude there is 600 feet. So 1,600 feet is pattern altitude. So we need to be about 2,100 feet when we cross over the runway. Then we'll do a continuous turn over runway 21. Then we'll go right-hand traffic. We'll start doing our descent there. We're going to make that right-hand turn. We're heading straight to the airport. Alright, looks like the airport's right in front of us. You'll see as we get closer. Go ahead and start descending a little bit. Get to that 2,100 feet. Runway 21 is going to be to our right. And we're going to do our overhead, then we'll just cross right over the end of runway 21, then we'll go into right-hand traffic. Get down to 1,600 feet pattern altitude. Go and back some of that power out. Alright, we're about there to 2,100. little low. Better pull back just a touch. Getting ready to cross over the runway. We've crossed over. So we'll go ahead and start making our right-hand turn. Start getting into our pattern altitude. We'll back out a little bit of power, maybe not that much, but we'll keep that turn going. Alright, we're pretty close to pattern altitude. Still keep that turn going. Quite, just a little bit more. Right-hand patterns are hard to see the runway because you got that wing in your way. Alright, we'll go ahead and straighten her out. Alright, there it is. Go ahead and turn downwind. Parallel the runway. Start slowing the airplane down a little bit. At 45 yet? Not quite. Go ahead and put our first set of flaps in. Slow down a bit. not quite that fast. We'll go ahead and start making our turn to base. And since we were so close, well, now we can go ahead and just go straight a little bit on base. We'll put our second notch of flaps in. We're going to stall. Go ahead and make the turn to final. Oh. Got her slowed down a little bit. We gotta lose some altitude. Lots of altitude. Go and put our third set of flaps in. Oh, come on, baby. Get back under control. Now we're so high. We're so high. Pull all that power out. Power back in. Alright. Start leveling off. Down the end of the runway.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Alright, we are down. Go flaps all the way up. Go ahead and stop. All right, that was the end of part one of this two-part series. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next lesson. Thank you very much.